Now, I had the distinct privilege of speaking with Charles Nenner yesterday. Now, Charles Nenner is a former Goldman Sachs strategist and market researcher, and now one of the leading cycle researchers in the entire world. So when Charles Nenner talks to you, you really need to pay attention. Now, one of my favorite sayings from Charles is, "I'm Dutch. We don't want to lose money." Well, most of my clients don't want to lose money either. Most of my clients are baby boomers, and we can't get that money back. So one of the concerns that Charles is seeing is the stock market. Now, not only is it fully valued and perhaps topping, but he sees insider trading at record pace. And of course, insiders can see what their business is like, and they can look 2, 3, 4 quarters into the future. And if they're selling, you need to pay attention because they're getting liquid and they're selling their portfolio. Now, retail investors are the last ones to know, and they're still buying. So if the insiders are selling, you need to talk to your financial advisor and see, again, what is prudent for you. Now, not only do we have insiders selling, but the Warren Buffett indicator is at the same level as 2001 or lower. And you recall what happened in 2001. It's lower than 2007. It's going to an all-time low, showing virtually no value in the stock market. Now, we talked about many things. We talked about interest rates. Charles thinks interest rates are going to start trending down as soon as mid-February. He talked about the 30-year bond, the interest rates going very low. Now that means that the U.S. bond market is going to do very well. But keep in mind that there are two different markets. We have commercial paper, and a lot of the commercial paper, matter of fact, $1 trillion of the commercial paper is BBB, one notch above junk. If they get downgraded to junk, they lose tremendous value in the bond market and they pay a much higher interest rates. Now, if that's at risk, that means that we're having turmoil in the market. And Charles is talking about unemployment going up significantly, a lot higher. Now, last Friday, we had 110,000 new jobs. Most of the economists were thinking we're going to be close to 150 or 160,000 new jobs. So we're still creating jobs, but nowhere near what we were. Part of the problem is the economy is going to start softening is because his research is showing that the US dollar is going to get significantly stronger. Now the DXY, which is the dollar index, is running around 96, 97, 98. Charles thinks it could get up as high as 112. Now, a 112 in the DXY is saying that the dollar is extremely strong. And of course, any loan in the world that is expressed in US dollars means that you might even have to pay more than what you originally, if you borrowed $1 billion, you might have to pay $1.010 billion or $1.012 billion back. So not only are you paying interest, but you're paying a higher rate of return. It's also really hard on commodities, and Charles sees no inflation. He actually sees deflation and thinks commodities will be down for the next 2 to 3 years. Now, where do you hide if you're having problems in the world? Well, he thinks gold and silver will do exceptionally well. Now, one wouldn't think that with the US dollar being so strong, but that's a contrary indicator. So we're a store of value. So when people get concerned, they go to precious metals, they go to gold and silver, and they do reasonably well in tough marketplaces. He also thinks that real estate, a separate asset class from others, would be a very conservative play. This is where you can park your money, get a very nice return. You can actually live on the yield that you get from real estate. Now he's talking about small rental units. He's talking about small homes, not talking about commercial buildings. He's talking about things that people will be able to rent. He's talking about getting your money into a rental market and being very, very conservative. And keep in mind, I have upgraded Las Vegas and Phoenix to neutral. Now, nationally, the 6 great markets around the country have softened considerably. Real estate across the United States is down 7 of the last 8 quarters, but Las Vegas and Phoenix are benefiting from the internal problems of California. People are leaving California and they're going to the neighboring states. And of course, Phoenix is benefiting to the tune of over 300 new residents net every single day. Every day. So it's putting tremendous pressure on our housing, putting pressure on the rentals, and we're seeing rent prices go up and home prices go up, and it's an organic growth. So here again, another good place for you to consider parking some of your money. So when Charles Nenner speaks, we need to listen. You need to talk to your financial advisor, find out what's prudent for you. It's time to start thinking that we need to be conservative and cautious. So I'm here in Phoenix. If I can help in any way, please give me a call. My best to you. Bye-bye.